Prop 34 is about Medi-Cal drug profits. It was placed on the ballot by more than 540,000 California registered voters who signed a petition. And the question to voters is, do you want to require some Medi-Cal prescription providers to spend 98% of their profit on health care? Medi-Cal is a federal and state program that offers health care, including prescription drugs, to low-income people. Under a federal program, nonprofit providers who focus on low-income patients qualify for discounts on drugs. These providers are usually exempt from paying taxes on their revenues. The AIDS Healthcare Foundation is one of the biggest users of the federal drug discount program. The intent of the federal program is to allow providers to purchase drugs at a discount and sell them at retail rates, and then use that profit to serve more low-income patients. However, there's no law limiting how providers spend their profit. State law bans providers from charging Medi-Cal more than the discounted price of the drug, yet providers tend to charge more than it costs them to provide the drug in order to gain the profit from the federal discounts. In a separate effort, since 2019, California has adopted a policy of negotiating as a single entity directly with Medi-Cal drug providers, and this policy has saved the state money, but is not currently a law. So, if the majority of voters vote yes on Prop 34, it would do two main things. It would require that at least 98% of profit earned in California is spent on direct patient care only for organizations that participate in the federal drug discount program and are licensed in California, have had a 10-year period where more than $100 million was spent on things other than direct patient care, and have ever owned and operated multifamily housing units with at least 500 highly severe violations. Organizations meeting all three of these criteria would be required to report to the state annually and would be penalized for non-compliance by having their licenses revoked and prohibiting them from doing business in California and removing their tax-exempt status. The second thing Prop 34 would do is the current policy of paying as a single entity directly for Medi-Cal drugs would be enacted into law. According to the Legislative Analyst's Office, which is a nonpartisan state department, only a few organizations would meet the criteria for Prop 34, so the fiscal impact would be minimal. These are not the opinions of the League of Women Voters, but people who support Prop 34 say that this is a case of accountability, targeted at the worst offender, and when the government gives discounts to providers, revenue gained should be spent on patient care and not on substandard rental housing. They say that the AIDS Healthcare Foundation has spent tens of millions of dollars on political campaigns for housing, while it has gained a large portfolio of rental properties in LA's Skid Row, all with money that could have been spent on healthcare. Again, while not necessarily the opinion of the League, people who oppose Prop 34 say that it's illegal to target a single organization with a law. And although the state Supreme Court declined to remove Prop 34 from the ballot when the AIDS Foundation filed a lawsuit last year, it will almost certainly end up back in court if Prop 34 passes. As of September 1st, total contributions for Prop 34 were $23 million, including $22.8 from the California Apartment Association and $250,000 from the Association of Realtors. Total contributions against Prop 34 are $536,000. All of it is from the AIDS Healthcare Foundation. Campaign finance, though, can change dramatically up until Election Day. Updates to campaign contributions can be seen on cal-matters.org, ballotpedia.org, and lao.ca.gov. The more money contributed to a campaign, the more ads you'll hear and see either for or against the issue, and the least reliable information to base your vote on is any paid advertising. The media in general requires some effort to determine what's opinion and what's fact. The most reliable sources for facts are the CalMatters, Ballotpedia, and LAO websites. So what your vote means, a yes on 34, means you want healthcare providers who meet certain criteria to be required to spend 98% of their profits that they gain from the federal drug discount program on healthcare. And breaking these rules would result in not being able to operate as a healthcare entity in California for a 10-year period. And you want the state policy of direct payment for Medi-Cal drugs to be enacted into law. A no on Prop 34 means you want these programs to remain the way that they are.